Hi, my name is Todd Brindle, and I want to thank you for checking out the Dr.Blade DRB-1 Sustortion Converter, which I feel is one of the best 12AX7A tube preamps that's ever been on the market. And my goal here is to try to get back on the market. Basically to find somebody like you who'd be interested in investing in this project as a joint venture with me, or simply if you're interested just to buy the whole thing right out, own all the rights and designs and everything. Basically, to start with, I want to tell you that the reason I designed this back in 1982 is because I had some guitar amplifiers, a solid state, that had distortion on them, but basically sucked, and wanted to have something that had a little more guts, more of the sound that I was really looking for, since I couldn't, afford one of the higher priced amplifiers at the time that had that better type of sound. So I came up with this to try to create that. So the analogy was that if I can use a clean amp and make it sound like a killer tube amp, then I've completed my goal there. So, which basically I've done with this unit here. As far as the demonstration goes here, what we're going to do is we're going to show you different sounds, different amounts of distortion that you can get from the unit, and we're going to be playing through just a plain Jane, straight, clean MOSFET power amp, no distortion, no reverb, no anything. The cabinet's just got a 10 and 12 in it and a small horn. The guitar only has a straight pickups and no preamp or preamps or anything to give it any extra gain or anything. So and you'll see the difference in sound here. We're going to plug in, show you what it sounds like clean, click on the box, and then give you some demonstrations of different sounds and stuff. So anyway, let's get on with the demonstration, and be sure to leave any comments or send me any comments and to the email address at the end of this video if you like, or you have any more questions about that or offers or whatever. So I appreciate your time, and let's get on with the demonstration. To do the actual sound demonstration, I wanted to show you some of the features of the unit. Basically, it's made of 16 gauge steel that we have put together with 8 screws that holds this thing together. It's built like a tank, so you can kick this across the stage and never hurt it. Some of the basic functions here, we have a power supply AC, so your voltage is consistent to your tube. I've got some perforated holes in the side here, so you can actually see the tube glowing, and also gives a little more ventilation, helps keep it cooler. We have your typical in and output jacks that you have on all your effects. The 4 controls we have on top, one is the incision. This is this actually controls how much your wet harmonics and things that your tube is going to produce, and you'll see that in some of the demonstrations here. The tube gain is the actual controls the actual tube itself. I guess in layman's terms, so you can understand it more. So this gives it more of how much warmth you want through your tube. You'll see it as well. The filter control is kind of like the way this one's set up right now, is more like a tone pot that's on your guitar. This actually, I want to change this to an active bass EQ. The unit actually thins out the sound quite a bit, and with this on here, it makes a huge difference as far as bass EQ on here. So this one is what I would like to change on here. The switch right here is a hard switch. I do want to change this to electronic FET switching for a lot smoother, a lot quieter switching, which is no big deal. This all can be added in on the component boards you have right now. The other one, of course, is your level. That gives you your volume control between your clean on and off and your distortion. So anyway, okay, so the first setting is what I call the blues setting, because it's just like an overdriven tube amp kind of sound. And what we're going to do is we're going to set the incision right now at straight up position, like 12 o'clock. Sorry. And the tube gain, we're going to set it at about 3 o'clock. And the filter, as is right now, I always have it wide open because that's full signal. No buffering as far as tone control, and you can set your level wherever you want. That's a good position to set that at right there. So this right here is the basic blues, what I call the blues setting, and here's the demonstration. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to show you what it sounds like. What I'm playing through here, I'm just a very clean MOSFET power amplifier, just basic, no effects, no reverb, no anything. Of course, no active controls or anything on the guitar as well. Just plain old. So you can see what that's like. First setting is going to be like a blues setting. It's a little bit of a distortion, not a whole lot. You'll see what I'm talking about here. Nothing real radical, but it gives you a little bit of an edge. So this is our blues setting, I call it. next setting will give you a little more distortion, more of a hard rock kind of thing, AC/DC kind of old Marshall kind of thing, but not full blown out yet. Okay, now this next setting is what I call like your old classic rock Marshall kind of thing, AC/DC kind of sound. And the only difference we're going to do right now is we're going to leave everything the same as we have here. We're going to take the incision and we're going to turn it right about 3 o'clock or so, and that's going to help. Yeah, just like that right there. I'm sorry. And there we go. And then we're going to set it right there. And here's the demonstration. It's not real radical, but a little bit more distortion. The next setting is going to be a little more, it's pretty much all the way out. So here's more of your Pantera, your melt your face kind of. This is what I like to call, this is our heavy metal, the full wet high harmonic kind of sound. Your, like I said, the Pantera in your face kind of stuff. And one thing about this incision I want to tell you about, the very last 1/8 of an inch, so to speak, control from about right here all the way to right here is very, very super high gain. So I did this to where you could compensate for if you're using a single coil pickups on, you can get a lot of high harmonics, a lot of radical distortion in it. So most of the settings I'll have is not going to be completely way up. It'll be backed off just a little bit, and you can just hear it just roll right off about right there, and you've got more than you'll ever need anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it right here, this same setting right here on incision, and then we're going to take the tube gain, and we're going to crank it full up. That all the way up and that right there. So that's kind of what it looks like. Now you can adjust this. The higher you go here, the more radical you're going to get. So we're gonna keep it right before it gets into that heavy part. So here's the demonstration. It's going to be a little more. It's pretty much all the way out. So here's more of your Pantera, your melt your face kind of stuff here. There you go. Gives you a little bit of an idea of what it sounds like. Of course, the camera's not going to pick up all the harmonics and things, so if you want to hear an actual sample and you haven't heard one before, contact me and we'll see if we can get you a unit sent to you to use and actually hear for yourself, or you can come see me and we can do a demo here right here. So anyway, thank you for your time on this. If you have any more questions, get a hold of me via the email address down at the bottom, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And maybe we can get this thing rocking. Thanks a lot.